We're live. This is the Nifty Alpha, the market and trade talk show where the hosts bicker with each other backstage right before they go live. And we cover the hottest projects that are in the NFT market, the best NFTs to buy, the best NFTs to sell, and everything in between. Follow our market and trade talk dynamics to understand the market with a level of precision.
Unsubscribe. Get out of this channel.
That you can't get anywhere else. Today we're going to talk about Etholvants or Etholvants, fluffy polar bears, BlackInBackKat. What do you have to say for yourself, Nick? You've been rude all day. The audience hates you. What's going on?
I mean, dude, that was like a run-on sentence. I'm just trying to figure out how we let people know what this video is about and dive right in. I don't know. Well, we know obviously a ton about all of these projects because we always heavily research in advance. We pull out the microfiche. We go back and we look at the old articles about that. Anyone viewing this video right now, by the way, has no idea what a microfiche is. But
it sounds sexual.
Nick, do you not even know what a microfiche is?
No, I didn't take biology past like 8th grade.
Bro, you didn't need biology. You just need to show up in a library. That was all that you needed to do. And then you
sounds
learned
advanced.
About the microfiche.
Sounds rare.
Ethel, you were considering minting these, Nick. You want to give some background on this?
Well, I just saw some of my alpha Discord groups like NFT Alpha and some other ones that I'm a part of. We're talking about this because of how fast it was minting, and people were jumping at it to get in, and it's the reason why earlier today gas was at like 400 or 500. It was minting pretty hot.
Yes. Yeah, it was minting hot. I don't know a lot about the project though. It is on chain. Pia, you want to run us through the numbers? Maybe you can share what's going on, what's showing up on your screen here.
Yeah, so what's showing up is we got just under 10,000 mints. We have 1.6K, less than 16% unique ownership, which I think is common when whales decide that they're interested in minting a new project. So what you see there is you see the whales get involved. They buy up really large percentages of the project. And so what you're going to see is you're going to see them start to dump at local tops on the kind of general public. That'll lead to some distribution. You want to see that unique ownership go up. We're seeing only 17 ETH the volume traded at this point, so very, very, very low. I wonder, yeah, that's definitely not updated. So these numbers aren't updated yet. OpenSea's metadata takes a while to refresh. There's no way that there's only 17 ETH the volume traded on this because it has been moving quite a bit. If we look at the activity, I mean, look, it on the secondary, it's not moving
Nick
that
just
fast.
breathing into this microphone. This is literally
it's professional podcasting, man.
He's like working out over here. He's like, all right. I'm a big fan of these NFTs.
I'm going to have a heart attack at 40. Okay, sorry, because I was doing some research. I was looking at the Etherscan, so it looks like a lot of people paid at least 0.05 in gas. So it's not like an instant double or anything like that. Some people paid even more than 0.05 at higher Gwei. So there's some people that are a little bit underwater. But what's really interesting is I'm seeing a significant amount of smart contract actions for staking and for combining. So it seems that there's some smart contract, gamification happening similar to Anonymice or EtherOrcs, stuff like that. So it looks like people are staking and like combining. So I'm assuming that you can stake the contract and do something, and I'm assuming that you can combine. Yeah, you can even, it says it in the stake or combine them to evolve. So it looks like if you can combine two, then they're going to evolve into something, bigger, better, or cooler.
How are you feeling about this project as a whole though? Because I think Kiss Cooler is summarizing it properly here. This art does look stolen from my psychologist. This is an inkblot test, and I'm reading into this, and it looks like my future with this project is non-existent. That's sort of how I'm reading it right now. How do you all read this?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, me personally, if I was gonna play in like on-chain game, I think I would lean more to things like Etherworks. I thought that was a really well done project where you're like rating or leveling them up and they get like better gear over time. That's like more of my style kind of game. I guess I'd have to see how these things evolve as you combine them.
Can we see any of the art, Pio?
Yeah, but like not the biggest fan of like the art necessarily. Yeah.
Wow, that looks awful. That's literally, they should have called this Ether Steal Your Money.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 pixels by 8 pixels. I think that's a new low in terms of pixel ratio on OpenSea.
That's ridiculous.
That's a metric. That's a metric that you got to look at, you know.
So like they assume, I guess people are gonna like combine. They're gonna like they're gonna combine two to like make it look cooler. So I guess there's like probably tops and bottoms is what it's looking like to me, right? Like some of them are tops and some of them are bottoms, or like middles. So I guess that's interesting.
That one looks like ovaries or something like that. Pelvis.
Yeah,
we got a pelvis here. This is what
I think it's interesting in the sense of the technology behind it. That like you can take two pieces and then like combine them together and they'll like stack on top of each other. So I think that's an interesting concept that maybe people in the community evolve on and make it visually more appealing. Because I do agree that like, you know, even though maybe the mechanics are cool, like I'm not paying, you know, $600 to stack two 8x8 black and white pixels necessarily. But, you know, props to the ingenuity, I guess.
This fails a couple of tests here. The child, what is it? The child.
Would you find it in the children's section of a Barnes and Noble?
You won't find that. Would I hang this on my wall?
No.
Hell no.
Profile pic? No.
No, not a profile pic. Am I going to be regretting this in my portfolio when I'm looking at my wallet?
No.
Yes. Yes, you are. Yes.
I'm going to be looking at this thing saying, why am I holding this bag?
Oh, and Paper D said Monster Blocks did the stack and combine, and maybe Stack Toes did too. So good call out there. So there has been innovation with like, you know, combining NFTs and like, you know, making them evolve or whatever. So I would say that then probably the only thing this really has going for it is that it's all on chain. But I think the kind of excitement around that is a little bit over. That was like really popular when Anonymize came out, and then there was a lot of other projects that followed suit with those similar kind of mechanics. Now I think you got to bring a little bit more to the table than maybe this project has, but it did get a lot of mints, so I hope it works out.
For this Triggity Tron, you can pin his about 2-Bit Bears. Are you saying that 2-Bit Bears, the Discord and memes are pretty fantastic, Triggity, or are you just saying the one for this has a great Discord? I do think that the 2-Bit Bears one has turned out to be interesting. I don't know what the floor on that one is looking like, but that one did really well. And they showed a video. I don't know if this was going to materialize, if anybody knows, but it did seem like 2-Bit Bears was going to have this like 3D fur on the 2-Bit, which was an interesting evolution of the project. I thought the floor on those right now, by the way, are 0.035, so it's not very promising. What's the floor on this one, Pio?
0.05. And I was wondering, does anyone know the mint price? Because if they're paying a lot in gas, like what was the mint price?
Yeah, so let me pull up one.
I'm not willing to touch these, man. This is
I think it was 0.045 to mint, and then there was gas on top.
So people are selling for a massive loss already, a 50% loss. I have a question. Is this play like
mint was 0.024, but gas was high. So I think true cost was about 0.04.
Right. So when I look at this, I wonder, because it's not an art play, right? And it doesn't, I don't know if it's an innovation play, but my question is like, is this a play where like the technicals behind this, like the smart contract and the staking mechanism, like all of those things are incredibly strong?
Well, here's the thing. There seems to be a couple people excited about the project in the room. They probably
load up their Twitter also.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the bull case, what you want to be pushing. So to combine them, you need two of them. So that means supply is going to go down over time. If you're staking them, they're not for sale. So supply is going to go down over time. So that's the bullish case, is that if people are playing around with combining them, it's going to be deflationary on the project. So, and I mean, here's the thing is that, I mean, because now that I kind of look at this preview right here, that tweet right
Scroll
there.
up to the top and you'll see on the right-hand side, there's a video, not this one. That first at the top right. This is not it. There's a preview that shows you in their media where you can see over time. So this,
okay, now it's getting way cooler.
The history of it. It goes from a pelvis to, okay, this is becoming something. Is that a rabbit? Is it a skull? What is this here?
Whoa, that's actually kind of cool.
Pretty cool.
It's making fractals.
I don't know where this heads.
So
now, how many do you need to pull off something that complex?
I was gonna say, like how what, I gotta buy all 10,000 of them? Like,
no, I think they
how
all
does this
evolve.
work?
I think they all evolve. But you should check it out. Get the full rundown on this.
I mean, that's a lot cooler. Like seeing that.
We probably should have started with this, as my mom always
No, but
says,
this is part of the evolution, because a lot of people are going to research the NFT the same way that we did. You know what I mean? If you just look at the OpenSea, it's not going to make sense. But if you look at this video, and like, this looks interesting, because now this is kind of like, you know,
okay,
user generated generative art.
I have the details here.
User influenced generative art.
And Pio, you probably should have loaded up their website as well, where it explains this, which is if you Pio's just not delivering today on the research. You know, we hired him strictly for research, and here he is not delivering on it. But you know, I'm gonna do your job, Pio. So if you look at this, if you stake your Ethyl Vant in the
Pio's
contract,
pissed.
it will grow by 2 cells every 4 hours. So if you stake one with 24 cells, after 1 day, it will have 36 cells. So, okay, so the rare ones have more cells. You want to get more of them in there. But it looks like stake to evolve. And that's really, and also staking multiple is another way of doing it by combining them. So this isn't as bad.
What's the name of it again?
Ethyl Vants, ETHOLVANTS. Our take on this also evolved over time. And so I think that
nice.
I think so it's an interesting one.
24 cells is super simple. 50 cells gets a bit more complex. 100 cells gets more. 500 cells is when you start getting pretty juicy. 1,000 cells even more. And then when you start wanting to kind of have some stuff that's similar to what we saw in that video, we're looking at 5,000 cells, 10,000 cells. And so when you stake it, it's growing by cells. Does that in theory increase the value of the piece? I'd imagine so.
And can you also pin? I wish I had pin abilities so that I wouldn't have to ask you for this live on air in front of everybody. But who made? And sorry if I butchered your name there. Had a valid point that this is basically the most research we've ever done. So thank you for that. Thank you for your compliment. So what were you saying, Pia? I do.
I'm more excited about this project the more that we've talked about it. I still think the name sounds like a developer came up with it, and just you know, a word of the wise for everyone out there: don't have your developers name the name of your project, because try to get that off the tongue without sounding like you have the nastiest lisp of all time, like Etholvant. Like, how the hell do you get that out? Etholvants.
One other aspect of this is, like, the upside of this is if you wait long enough, the art that you bought is going to look like shit. So that's the plus side to this.
That's big upside. Yeah.
It started with pixels, so it's hard to critique it when it's like that zoomed in. But if you wait long enough, it's going to evolve into this fractal thing that looks like straight hot garbage. Like, because I don't know, you know, you can put a frame around it, but that doesn't make the art actually look good. in case you're wondering.
People are buying it right now in the past minute with gas being at 223 Gwei. I suspect that once gas comes down to like closer to 100, we'll see a lot of sales on this thing, because you're basically buying into it at the same price as minters, but gas is really high right now.
So maybe we go around, we give a quick vote on this, and then we go on to the next one.
Sure.
So what do we say? What's the vote? Sophisticated.
I'm intrigued.
Is this? You can only take a thumbs up or thumbs down. You're either
Thumbs up,
buying
thumbs
or,
up,
or
thumbs
you're
up.
passing. Okay,
Thumbs up.
thumbs
Yeah,
up.
mine is at 0.045. It's a thumbs up.
I'm gonna give this a hell no. I'll see you guys holding the bag. Okay. Let's move on to the next one.
The next project that we are talking about is called Fluffy Polar Bears. So this is an OpenSea collection polar bears NFT. Looks like
Blowing
the
up
floor
right now.
price. Yeah, blowing up.
So there's
floor
one.
price is there's one.
You basically can mint it if you scroll down to the actual item. There's one of them, and I think this gives you the right to mint right now for a period of time. It's like a mint pass sort of thing.
That's pretty cool. That they did that.
I would check out their website though. I think their art is actually interesting.
Gas is atrocious right now, huh?
And people
Yeah,
are
219.
People are. There's a couple things I've wanted to mint, but I just haven't because it's expensive. Expensive. Like family mooks, I'm like debating. But I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, check out. Do you have their website, Pio?
Yep.
Fucking Shibu. Whenever you see that damn Shiba token taking up 3%
let me
of
see.
gas,
Can you scroll down so we can see them?
pisses me off.
I don't know about this. Nah, this is a hard pass.
They're on chain. They got breeding. They're donating to charity.
Let's not call it breeding.
These are fully on chain.
That's what it says. On chain generated.
No, that's not on chain. It just means that they're generating it like RNG.
Yeah, that just means
like
random
chain link.
Yeah.
So every project is the same as this. So
I'm not a big fan. All the stuff I'm doing for minting, if I'm coding it, I'm just doing it random on the server. And either like if you haven't built up enough trust for people to believe that you're doing it randomly, and you need this like extra gas for people to verify it,
like on chain verify. Yeah.
Like you're not gonna make it.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's like one of those like nerdy semantic plays that the mainstream doesn't really care about.
They're gonna not care. They're gonna look at this and they're gonna be like, "Oh, I like these polar bears. They're very cute."
Yeah. So
what do you think of this trip to the Arctic? Huh? You think that's going to be a big selling point?
I'm not sure I want to go to the Arctic, so not interested. Especially during their summertime. Obviously, I want to go when it's cold. If I'm going to the Arctic.
As someone said once to me, I worked my ass off to get a house and shelter, and now you're trying to convince me to go leave it and pay for that opportunity. Not doing that. Yeah. I'm not doing that shit. No.
I will say it does fit into the thesis of Barnes & Noble's children's section. So it does have that going for it. Mm-hmm. It's already saying, hey, if this NFT isn't good enough for you in and of itself, we're going to let you breed and make more of these NFTs. So they're already pre-announcing that. They're saying, hey, that airdrop coming quick. That airdrop coming real quick. Their font looks good. Thanks for zooming in on that. Looks pretty good colored font.
Well, the reason I'm zooming on
good
this
spacing.
is because people are saying, I'm assuming it's about this project. People are saying that this person has 3 million followers on IG. So Paper D just weighed in on that. So what I'm sensing is that this is a very, very, very popular artist on Instagram.
Okay, what's his name?
Fan base. I don't know, 3 million followers, but the point I'm trying to make is look at this FAQ. What is an NFT? How do I buy a fluffy polar bear? What is on-chain generation? The audience that this project is marketing to are people that are following him on Instagram or whatever platforms he's popular on and are not in NFTs yet. So that's an important piece. You guys can fucking laugh.
No, we're laughing at the comment.
The problem is the depth of research. There's two things. One was the Mike Pio comment is what Nick was laughing at. And what I was saying is the depth of research that we go into. Like the standard on YouTube is like, did you read the FAQ? Did you read the FAQ? Because that literally has given me the analysis. I see these guys doing technical analysis, by the way. They come at me for my technical analysis. I had someone say that the all-time high of ETH was 3,800 the other day. That's just wrong. It's just, and they have over 100,000 subscribers. And this is the type of bullshit information that they're spreading on YouTube. Come to this channel, we're going to read those FAQs, okay? And we're going to deliver those real facts, okay? So anyways.
Wonky Stonks just hit 0.22, sorry. Anyway, FAQ.
And you talked me out of that on yesterday's stream.
Does
fuck off.
Wonky Stonks is a scam. Does the amount, like if you have 3 million followers on Twitter, does it make sense for you to be getting 250 likes per tweet?
Sorry. What?
If you have 3 million followers on Twitter, does it make sense that you get 250 likes per tweet?
That's a bad look. That is a bad look. You want to be at least at 5% at that size. You
Yeah,
need at least 5%.
Those numbers may be a little pumped, but does have a following.
Oh, man.
So let me ask you guys a serious question. Because this artist is clearly trying to onboard their NFT normie fans, or excuse me, their non-NFT normie fans, is that bullish? Does that matter? Does it matter at all?
Dude. I'm so mad.
Forget about wonky stonks, dude. I'm gonna give you one once
What's
we
the
make
mint?
$1 billion.
What's the mint price for fluffy polar bears?
It is 1 second. Meg is telling us to FOMO buy this. The mint price is 0.077.
Do we get that
fair
crazy
pricing?
See, I prefer that crazy face on the third one, the third bullet icon there. Scroll to the right a little bit. Move to the right.
See this reroll cost?
Can you move to the right a little? That one.
See it.
I like that guy. That bear with the crazy face. I like that one. I don't like the others, but if I get that crazy face, I'm interested. But Paper D is saying that this mint is a nightmare situation. I don't know, man. Right now is tough times to be launching anything. I don't know. A former guest of mine launched his tax NFT attorney, and like it's just a bad time to be dropping these NFTs with gas so high. This is just a tough time. But you know, I mean, it's an interesting. It's an interesting play at this moment. Look, the art's good enough. Let's go around and say what our take is on it, and we can go to the
just
next
real
one.
quick,
And
can you answer my question?
Pissed, dude.
Can
I'm really
you answer
pissed,
my
Pio.
question?
If you cost me thousands of dollars, this
get
is
out
the
of
end
here.
of this show. This is I'm just holding this in emotionally.
Okay, how many wonky songs did you have?
I have 4 because I'm a badass.
How many do you have, Nick? Or did you have? Because you're mad about 0.3, and if
he had 3 and he sold one.
I had 3. I
He's
sold
a baby.
one.
Yeah, how much would you have made if you put 10K in a bottle when I told you to?
Well, I put in 2K,
yeah,
and
exactly.
I'm making money on it, so I'm happy with Botto. I'm up like 300% on that trade. So even
answer the question. Does it matter at all that onboarding normies? Is it just a hard no? It's fine, but I just want to have an answer to the question.
Bobby Transparency, if you're willing to donate 1 ETH, we can talk about a week-long sponsorship.
We'll say your name. We'll say your name at least once per show for a year.
Serious? Not a year? Get the hell out of here.
Just say his name.
Promises.
Just say, hey, shout out Bobby Transparency.
Send us a DM and we'll talk.
Chilling
Okay?
some bullshit. Yeah, as long as we're not chilling some bullshit. And clearly, my co-hosts aren't going to answer my question, so let's just move on.
I think I'd probably like a risky yay in the sense that it kind of looks cute, cuddly, fits in the Barnes and Noble thesis. Artist has some following, could do some action. Never going to use that as my own profile pick. Therefore, I'm a yay, but I won't be minting it myself. And if I do, be in the NFT Alpha because I'll change my mind there. Join our Discord.
Yeah, join the Discord. Pio, can you bring that up real quick? And just let people know what they need to do. That, by the way, Nick does have a new mic. I just think he hasn't like plugged it in yet. Could you actually walk us through the logistics there, Nick, of what went on with your mic?
Yeah, I need to check Amazon. Let me see if
he's bought this mic literally 3 times trying to buy the microphone, and it's been a complete disaster. It's quite hilarious. But guys, he's got a disco ball. If I don't donate you 1 ETH, will you donate me back 2? No, that's not the way that this works.
It was delivered yesterday, so I will be on a new setup tomorrow.
Matt, if you front us 1 ETH and we put it into a wallet that we trade with, we're going to give you nothing, but we will, but a lot of thanks, and we'll give you a shout out for a week. So if you got a good project, that's what you get right now. You can get in at the low price, by the way. So let's go around and say what we think about this before you move on, Pio. You moved on. Maybe we can just say what our opinion was real quick.
I'm not touching it.
You're not touching it, Nick. What do you think? People in the chat want to know what your opinion is.
BlackInBackKat?
No, on the last project. Pio
I said ahead. I thought it was cool, but I'm not going to mint it.
There we go.
But if I change my mind, get in the Discord because I'll change my mind.
I like it, but this season,
no.
No player.
I'm sitting on.
You're not talking me out of my ETH.
I'm sitting on my Botto gains. I'm sitting on.
Ben Middleton just said, "Can you talk about Botto?" We'll get to Botto. Anyway, BlackInBackKat has had crazy volume in the past hour.
A whopping 14 ETH in secondary sales. They're going straight to the moon. But they were trending. Did you just pick it because it was on the leaderboard and then didn't look? Is that what happened with this one?
It looks good.
Well, we're not going to end up with any searches on this one. Guys, you can skip over the next 5 minutes because
I think the art looks sick on this.
You think anyone likes
it too?
Can we click on some of them? Let's load them up.
I like how the background's animated.
Mad Dog Jones? That's a little bit of a stretch.
He made it.
0.0098. Jeez, man. What kind of paper handers did they get to buy this? Like, get some quality people buying your projects, okay? I'm too busy making trillions over here on my own stuff, but at least slide in my DM and say, hey, I got a great piece of art, but I got a real mouth breather running the marketing, getting me a bunch of Joe Nancys that can't even hold an NFT for more than 35 minutes. Like, it's just a joke that this stuff is down this low. Also, flip your character around.
Free mint is what they're saying.
Flip the character around.
Let's see their face.
Why are you free minting this? What are you doing? Pissing me off.
This is a situation. Yeah, where is the face on these cats?
Yeah. And also, yeah, the more you know, they're probably giving people seizures with all these blinking lights as they're scrolling through.
Is a trait? Are you kidding me? Dude, these PFPs, at least we've seen way less of these with like crazy googly eyes popping out.
It was a free mint since they didn't sell out and was about to die. Yeah, that's called a marketing issue. It's okay. You know, that happens in life. These are pretty cool. You're never, you know, never once in my life have I ever seen someone post a picture on Instagram facing the other way as their profile pic. So I'm thinking it's going to hold true here. No one will probably have a backwards image of something as their profile pic. So they're not going to get it there. A little too aggressive to be in the children's section of Barnes & Noble. So that's another ding. And they had to do a desperation free to mint to sell out, which is never a good sign. But I overall like the art. Like, that one's badass, you know?
Yeah,
Mike
that one
is saying
looks
he
incredible.
minted
Holy
this.
shit, how much is that?
Oh, what? Look at this. Micah minted this.
And sold it?
And for
got a 0.3 offer,
how hilarious is it? All these things we cover is like all ourselves, like moving money around. We're like, why did he sell that one? That one looks like a rare one. How much did he sell that for?
He's a paper hander, half an ETH.
Oh, well, that's pretty good.
By the way, yo, my name is Elliot said Nick the type to post a pic facing the other way with some corny quote like "no looking back," and I couldn't agree more. Yo, my name is Elliot. If you follow Nick on Instagram, that's exactly what he does. He posts things just like that.
I'm pretty sure he's talking about me.
All right, fine. The joke still applies to you.
How do we know which Nick? That's a good question.
Yeah, he's gonna need to clarify because I'm either laughing or pissed off. I'm not sure right now, so I'm a little bit in the middle.
You can either refer to me as Nifty Nick or Nick Knows, KNOWS, not to be confused with my nose. So we're discussing if you want to refer to it. So in terms of I'm Boomer Nick. That's true as well. Although I guess we're both kind of around the same age, so I don't know. That's a hard one to say. Anyways, this one looks dope. Micah G really dumped this one, but to be fair, I think Micah G's out of here printing cash while we're busy live on stream. We're just like going in here talking about it. So what's the take? What are we thinking about this project, fellas?
It's not bad. I mean, at this number, fuck it. Take a flyer on it. Gas is high right now, though.
Pia, if you go take a flyer on every project on OpenSea, you're not going to have ETH in your wallet, just in case you're wondering.
Yeah, but I'm just going to get rich because of wonky stonks.
Here's the problem with where BlackInBackKat is. This is hard fact analysis here. When you pierce below 0.01, you're so far. No one's buying a $41 NFT for $100 gas. It just ain't happening.
My dope Shibas are still sitting on that floor there. No one's going to buy it.
It's tough, man. You got to port that shit over to layer 2 Matic and give it another go. That's another bit of alpha.
we all need to sell each other are like the ones that are e-liquid for like, we need to have like 0.25 ETH that we can like, I can sweep your garbage ones with no liquidity, and then you can buy mine, and then we get to write those off as tax losses. So that's I'm not suggesting this as advice, by the way. I'm just saying that, that seems like an interesting concept. That's all that I'm saying here. I'm not,
Pio, could you fill us in on the scam that you have currently on your screen right now?
it's not a scam. It's one of the single best projects. And I got talked out of this by Pio yesterday. I am so mad. I'm the one that picked it. Pio went through
Diamond hands, Nick. Diamond hands.
He was
bro.
depressed.
Diamond
he went through
hands.
a deep depression, and now he's back here just holding on to this. He was ready to sell it live on stream yesterday. Talked me out of one of these. This is just outrageous. And now the problem, you know what's beautiful? You go from 0.0 free or 0.07 to 0.22 floor. You know what the next stop on that train is, right? We're going straight to 0.5.
Baby.
We're going to 0.5. And you know what happens when it gets up
Diamond
there, Nick?
hands.
Nick, you know what's going to happen. This is going to 10 ETH. That's the next stop on that train. It slingshots right to 10 ETH. That's where we're headed. This may be the next Bored Apes.
I did hear that they're going to airdrop you like a E-Trade account screenshot as the first NFT airdrop. So that could be exciting.
Can you pin David's comment, Pio? We need to get a tool where we can actually sort of jointly do some of this stuff. But I'm thinking that this makes a ton of sense. What he's suggesting, what someone should do is build a business called Bag Buyer. And what we're going to do is buy your bags off of you so that you can get those write-offs. That's what we're going to do. It's a service that we offer into the ecosystem. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to sell an NFT to fund those bags that we're buying. Is that legal?
It might be.
Here's the deal, guys. I have a tax accountant who's going to come on to our stream within the next week or so to discuss the nuances of these types of questions. So you'll want to be on there. Real quick, if you enjoy our show, smash that subscribe, hit that like, and hop into the Discord. We talk a lot, but that's what we're here to do. So hop onto the Discord at the nifty.com/Discord. Pio, maybe you can bring that up rather than text message with somebody. Maybe you could actually keep your stay on the ball here.
Yeah, the reason why they have me in the top right hand corner, right, is when you make a call like Botto, you get to sit up here. Okay, top right is the premium spot. So that's why I'm up in this spot right here. And I'm going to stay in this fucking spot, even if wonky stocks go to 0.5. Now, if they go to 1 ETH, I'm dropping down. I'm dropping down a slot. They're going to move Pio over top right, paper hand Nick up top left, and I'll sit bottom until I hit my play out of the park. But, wonky stocks, here's what I like to say. I'm happy for it.
Diamond hands. Well, sorry, Nick.
Shalom.
Pio's acting like he's like the ultimate trader here after he was
I ain't a trader, I'm an investor.
But I love how like Nick's paper hand and his wonky stonks at 0.04, like he's trying to get rent money together for the end of the month or something like that. Like just let that sit in your bag, dude. Is it even worth it? Is it even worth it?
Look at this diamond hand bag I'm holding, man.
Is it even worth it to click the button for a little $200? You know what I'm saying? That barely gets you dinner up in New York City.
This has been the Nifty Alpha. Pio does not deserve to be gloating this way. The only way that he's got that is because he has controls right now. And don't worry, I'm going to be hosting the next one. He has no control over that. And then we can see what's up. I'm getting tired of that. Micah G said it best. Top left is for Adam Bomb Squad bag holders. That's Pio eating those chicken sandwiches. How's your ape gang doing? You buy the top on that one also? How do you buy the top on? What else did you buy the top on recently, Pio?
Hey, how about that?
The left side of the screen is for those who buy the top on literally every project. So it's all good though. But we need people like you, Pio. You're a critical part of the ecosystem. Still in the top left. There he is. Top left, no matter what.
No,
this has been good.
That's for Adam Bomb Squad. You're in the top left.
No one can even read what that ape gang says because it's so tired right now. But I think it spells Pio's a bag holder.
All right, hey, I gotta go. I got a hard stop.
Hey, we ended on a
Women-
Nick sandwich. I appreciate it. This was good.